host of podcasts, and welcome.
Okay,
Today is
all right.
Friday. We have Poetry Corner, and today we have Mr. SENGHOR and the Trinidad and Tobago poets. Welcome, gentlemen and lady.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you.
Today,
Thanks.
Cassie will be my co-host, and he will direct proceedings. So, you can go ahead now, Cassie.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Flavius, who is the main host here this afternoon. He and his brother, um, Courtney, they usually host this, the Real Stuff podcast every Friday around this time. And this is the second time in which I am doing a podcast of Trinidad and Tobago poets. First one was very successful, I would say. And based on feedback, everybody got a good listening, appreciative of what we did the last time. This time around, we have Krishna Samaru, who was here the last time with us. We have Vishnu Gozai, who was with us for the first time, as well as Ken Dipina, and Kieran Isaac, who is not yet in the frame, but hopefully when he has set himself up properly, he'll join us. Let us hope that this afternoon here, what we can do with our work is use the words that we are going to use, the concepts, ideas, opinions, etc., that we are going to be using in poetry, be used with a background that tomorrow is dedicated to International Men's Day. So if it means adjusting some of what we may have planned, that's quite all right, no problem there, we accept that. And also, if we could use these very works as a form of discussion among ourselves about not just poetry, but about the world at large, the internations that we represent. So each one of us will do it in rotation, and we will introduce ourselves. I think we will introduce and reintroduce ourselves now, and then go right into the poems. So as for myself, my name is Cassie SENGHOR, and I have been writing for many years, more or less from my teenage years and so on. And I really have come to poetry as a final way then, an end way, so to speak, for expression of some of the ideas and feelings in particular, which I wish to share. And here, this platform here is a very good opportunity in which to do that. And thankfully, there are other platforms to which I'm aligned, and which one day we can all be part of that whole thing called poetry, which I very much love. I pass on the introductions to Ken Dipina, who is also here with us for the first time.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Ken Dipina, also known as Broken. Broken come from the fact that people used to call me Brother Ken, or still do call me Brother Ken, and also that the fact that my wife died, and since then I was broken. So, but it still aligns with my name, Brother Ken. Anyway, I've been doing poetry also as an extension, really. I'm a graphic artist, and I see it as another form of expression. So since my wife died, I've been putting a lot of effort into poetry. And then back in 2016, I joined the Circle of Poets. And well, I've been doing some poetry since then, or I prefer to call myself a writer rather than a poet. And I've been getting some favorable responses, and I'm thankful. I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of learning, and I hope that that one day I'll be able to publish a book of my own, so that others might see my inputs. So that is it briefly. I will pass on the mic now to Vishnu, I think.
Okay, I'm Vishnu Gosine. I have a strong teaching background. That's my area, teaching. I taught poetry at high school, and I write bits and pieces, but my real strong area is in fiction. But I dabble in poetry, and I've written quite a few pieces here, there, and everywhere. Some published in little magazines, Caribbean Writer, BIM, that kind of thing. But I like old-fashioned poetry, not necessarily rhyming poetry. But I more like social, dealing something like with that fellow from Guyana, what's his name again? Martin Carter, that kind of thing. Martin Carter. So between Martin Carter and Rabindranath Tagore, I'm somewhere in between. I'm not too sure where. So I do bits and pieces. Not much about me really, except I have a few little books published here and there. But they're okay, half decent pieces. Okay, thank you. Krishna, over to you.
Okay. Like Bro Ken, Brother Ken, I prefer to see myself as a writer. Although I have poems, I have non-fiction, I have fiction, and I have one play published. But I prefer to see myself as a writer. Although a lot of people, when they introduce me, they say the poet. I have never considered myself a poet. I wrote once. The genre of poetry took me by surprise. I am from Belmont. I was born in Belmont. I spent some years in Sandy Grande, then I returned to Belmont. And I became a teacher. I taught for, in total, 37 years. 2 after sixth form and 35 after I graduated. Teaching English and got myself involved with literature. Since sixth form, I was writing, and I continued that writing into UE and beyond. And I enjoyed reading poetry when Anson Gonzalez invited me for Poetry Day celebrations. And I became a member of the Writers Union. That is where I met Cassie. I thank Cassie for this opportunity, as well as Flavius. I think I always remember a play by Julius Caesar, Marvelous and Flavius.
Yes.
Marvelous and Flavius, yes. So Courtney and Flavius, the Laidley brothers for this forum. I enjoy reading. I love to read. And any opportunity I get, I seize. I went into kind of hiding, and I was pulled out by poetry and prose, and I'm enjoying that as well. Okay, so I want to pass on to Kira now. Kiran, to introduce yourself. Kiran?
Yeah, hi, I'm here. All right, so thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. So I am 27 years of age, and I actually would have started as a medical student who loved writing, and the pandemic did me a bit of a number. So some school transfers and all that kind of thing were interrupted. And around that time, I remember I lost my granddad to stage 4 prostate cancer. I was taking care of him, and I really needed like a break or something to pour myself into. I wrote a lot when I was younger. When I was younger, I thought I was good at it, but like when you grew in writing and you look back at your old work, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that's what I thought was good work. But I feel like I've definitely grown as a writer. And yeah, the pandemic, it pushed me more into writing. My mom really encouraged me, and I was able to put forward my first poetry collection called Poetry. And I'm working on my second release, and I really enjoy writing because it's therapeutic and quite cathartic. And I mean, I love prose as well, but I like poetry more. I feel like poetry feels more natural to me, and it's like I call it like little nuggets of release or nuggets of inspiration. So I'm grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward.
Okay.
Well said there, Kieran.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody. Thanks for introducing yourselves. And without further ado,
No, don't we have Leslie Ann?
No, Leslie Ann has been invited, and
Okay.
she's yeah. I'll bring her on one of these days.
Okay. She's not on today. Okay.
In her own right, she represents the Faizabad Regional Community Complex, and they
Okay.
also have a podcast that they do every Monday with
Okay.
various themes. So all of that is all part of what we do here. So
No
yes, so
problem.
we are going to, right, thank you. So we're going to start, we'll start with Kieran, last come, first serve sort of thing. So we'll start with Kieran, and then we will go to Vishnu, and then we will go to Ken, and then we'll go to Krishna. So Kieran, Vishnu, Ken, Krishna.
All right.
Yeah, take your time.
All right, so I'll start with Red Over, and this piece is about that childhood game and some lessons I learned from it and how it translates into adulthood. So this is Red Over, Red Over. Red over, send the shoulder pain right over. I couldn't for the life of me fathom how these MAGA children, whose dads consisted of chili baby and conkles, could be so impenetrable as the front line of an infantry. I twisted and I turned and tried all kind of smart man thing, but it didn't even seem to work. I only found new ways to say, ow. Then we ran back to class and opened our reader to page 5. Now it's red over, send red flags right over. I can't for the life of me imagine how these educated adults, whose lives consisted of good education and the abundance of knowledge, could be so hard-headed like a yard fowl that don't want to boil. They seem to lack discernment, skills of inference, and wherewithal. They really try all kind of smart man thing, but in reality, they only find new ways to look dense. Children, let's go back to class and incline our hearts to common sense. So that was red over, red over.
All right. You set us up there, man, Kieran. Yeah, man. Yeah. We will meet that challenge. We will meet that challenge. Next online.
Okay, I'm here. This poem doesn't exactly have a Bayesian background, but I was in Barbados many, many years ago on Accra Beach, and just sat down there relaxing a little bit. Saw some things that I wouldn't talk about, and but when I came back home, the story of what I saw there hit me. It's pretty strong, and I decided to write something about it. but it has changed over the years. Anyway, it's called Picture Postcards. Picture postcards are just picture postcards, evoking a rich landscape of bikini-clad shapes, dotting an already paradise. Warm silk foaming water channels roll over outstretched feet, all baptizing in the balminess, except protected eyes, and the twinklet get aboard another paradise. Massage chiseled cool sculptures before another paradise. The idyllic treasure lingers. No time for boys peeping over fences. But picture postcards do not tell of ghosts craving for crumbs in ramshackle, tumble-down houses, of pots visited only by flies and cockroaches, of shallow brains that can't fathom multiplication, seeing only division and subtraction, laughing at their mangled faces. The swimmer who never came back knew want from breasts to bottles. Only well-erected fences they see for grave-digger tourists. What do picture postcards say? Thank you. That's my contribution. So,
thank you very much, Vishnu. Yeah, we go to these other places, and it's quite very, very different to what we see on the picture postcard. We know it all too well, Caribbean especially. Cuba, we should go to Cuba. Krishna?
Me? I thought it was Ken next.
Oh, Ken, sorry, Ken and then
yes.
Oh,
Ken.
okay. Well, this poem I'd written some time back, but I'm reflecting on it right now because not so long ago I had a relative who was killed 3 Fridays ago. A strange husband came and shot her and then shot himself. And I'm reflecting on with this poem right now about the plight of some women, you know, things that some women go through. So it's called Persistence. Persistent. Still, she persists. Though you may throw harsh words at her like little rocks in Arkansas and make her feel ashamed, make her feel she's the one to blame, still she persists. Though you may throw water in her face and make her feel she's a disgrace, still she persists. Though you may belittle her and make her feel she's disgusting as a fly and make her bow her head and cry, still she persists. Though you ridicule and irritate her and make her feel confident, not proud, whether in her bathroom or in a crowd, still she persists. Though you beat her till she's bruised and blue and still want her to make love to you, still she persists. Though you may think she's bitter as bile and so defiled, when all she's doing is carrying your child, she still persists. Through the challenges and oppositions and battles she faces and holds her head up high and do not allow herself to be disgraced, still she persists and keeps the family together in stormy weather and brings love into this place called home and continues to feed you with honey and food in your mouth. Yes, she is constantly reaching out to you with her charm to make you feel cozy and warm. And still she persists and takes so much from you when all she needs is your tender care. But instead you jab her with permanent fear while you act like you don't care. And still she persists and love you still, a woman with a strong will. And what more can I say again about her? Only that she is adorable and true and deeply in love with you. She is also patient and brave, with a persistence that could lead her to an early grave. But the way she persists and perseveres without fear or care is true essence of woman for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the passion comes through more when you know who we're talking about. Eh?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
it's felt more deeply because we
This
know.
this girl was only 40 years old, and she had moved out from her husband, and last three Fridays ago, he just came in a different car, parked in front of her mother's home, and when she was reversing in her car to go to work, he just approached the car and shot her about 8 times. It was really shocking, you know.
Yeah.
And it's terrible, you know, because crime in this country has gone up so drastically, you know, and
Yes.
and especially domestic crime too, you know, murders in
That's right.
general, you know. So this is just like remembering Keisha, you know.
Sure. Condolences
Thank
to
you.
you and your family and her family too.
Yes, thanks.
Well, we take a nice deep breath and we move on to Krishna.
Okay. Yes. Ken, my condolences.
Thank you, Krishna. Yeah.
Well, when Cassie told me, invited me, I put aside some poems, um, some reflective pieces, and some pieces that have to do with the writing of poetry. This one I want to start with is among my favorite poems, what I choose as my favorite. It's called On the Mount, and it has to do with Mount St. Benedict, that place where we go to find a sense of peace. It's a retreat area. You go there for blessings. They have a mass, and you go there for you get a car. You want to go and bless your car. Some people go there for other reasons. I understand. So on the mount was a peace here once, long before man nailed the stations of the cross, and caterpillars trundled up the mount. Was a trail where one could claim with gods, with birds, with trees, kinship ideal. The hazy plains carry the eyes to an aparima. Settlements rush like the topography besmear. Piaco attracts the silver-winged birds. At 5 to 6, the sexton tolls the bell that calls the monks to prayer. Chilly grows the air in the dying amber. Scarlet street clouds in slow motion drift west, and from the seminary below, a host of angelic voices soar. As daylight into twilight shades, a din of splashing voices lessen and lessen. Emerging like stars, lights beckon. Then, like a landscape locked in oils, everything just went into a freeze. The clouds, the smoke, the plains, the trees, and thawed with the garrulous sounds of fair-skinned voices with slanted tongues. Midriffs exposed, foreshots fussily posed. Nippy grows the air, more pressing the call as Orion and the real stars appear. Supper in 1,000 rooms prepared, where dramas of emotions will unfold. Dramas of emotions, as we just heard. Dramas of emotions will unfold. Descending, we leave this peaceful world. Thank you. Yeah, descending, we leave this peaceful world. Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you. Yeah, man, Krishna. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. So, okay, so I'm going to read a piece here now. I don't know. I don't want to say much about it because I don't know much about it myself. Started writing it a few nights ago, and this is where it's at.
It sounds like Sam Selvon.
Yes, and I think we kind of sharing. If I'm not mistaken, Sam and I share the same. What do you call it?
Birthdays?
Well, kind of close.
Oh.
Kind of close. It will be the same Capricorn.
Oh, horoscope.
Yeah, horoscope, yeah. Right, so this one is, well, it used to be, it was one poem originally, and then I kind of broke it into three. But right now I'm going to be saying it all. Must be me. It can't be everybody's world, so it must be a man's, must be mine's. Autumn is not us. Easter arrivals enslaved Africa, Robinson Crusoe indentured India, Grandpapa Nisa, Lord Sri Krishna, Puja family, independent Butler, Cipriani, Rienzi, truly, Asoka Parang, Republic, Diwali, Bongo, Limbo, Quattro, Tassa, Maracas, Carnival, Christmas, Eid, other reasons. Adam and Steve, Rainbow the Seasons, Spring into Summer, Doctor, Lawyer, TikTok player, Import Winter, nah? Look, I ain't able, cane, cut, cable. 'Tis the reason to be jolly, 'tis the reason to be jolly. Acting like money go bring back Daisy. Central City, forestry, all of it punching. Highway, main road, lane, alley, track. Man looking for a Christmas pack. Crime, man. Everybody is somebody. Nobody is nobody. One dressed like a fork arrived in search of a piece of pork. Parang, parang. What Hanuman sang, he not in no gang. Well, that is a start. How great pan art. Vespers, Vespers, whispers, brothers and sisters, political trials, Twin Islands in the finals, best ever. Atlas and the masses, the world on your shoulder, you're looking good, soldier. Mass all over the place, smiling up under your face. Woman on the bass. You have a woman on the bass? King of the band, you score, you're praying for more comfortables in Hindi, Swahili. Don't look back, Sahina, Guti. Bake your news, bake your shark, make for Lori's. Julie, how your mango sweet, so jam. Man, go from here. Man, go from here. Yes? Fruit cake is you? Is me, sweetie pie, duck, roti, jar, wild meat. Why me? Meanwhile, rhyme salt with mouth, let me hear. That was it.
Kashira having a little bit of everything, way.
Nice.
Oh boy, I had fun doing that.
Man, go from here. Yeah, it's nice. That was nice.
Right. So, before I get too carried away, I was seeing where Errol Roberts wanted to come in previous. You saw that? Errol Roberts and somebody else, two people. Okay, I'm seeing one here now. I don't know if that's Shamil. I don't know who that is. And Errol Roberts. He's out there somewhere. But all right, so we're continuing again. Same order. I'll try not to be saying much in between here. We're just going with the word. So we continue in the order that we were in. Kiran, followed by Vishnu, followed by Ken, followed by Krishna. Let's go.
All right, so this one is called Pilau. It's self-explanatory. All right, so this is Pilau. So bread without flour is what I call pilau without meat. Because when that big iron pot come out, everybody had to eat. Monday's pilau, Tuesday's pilau, Wednesday's pilau. You know again, Tuesday, no chunky bread, but with some pilau on the side. I had a friend, God rest his soul. When you ask him what ethnicity he was, he'd say he's pilau because he mixes with everything. And that's the beauty of this thing called pilau. It's rice, it's the peas, it's the burnt sugar, it's the meat, it's the seasoning, it's the big iron pot that lasts a whole week, and it's the coleslaw on the side. Because pilau is life, and life is pilau. At least that's what my parents would say. And if you don't believe me, I would tell you to ask them right now. But the big iron pot now come out the cupboard, so you gotta wait. So that was pilau.
Mixed with everything.
Yep.
I guess it's my turn now.
Yes,
Yes,
Vish.
sir.
Okay. Now, this poem was suggested by, it was Valentine's Day, and we had bought a little flowers there for the wife. And the windows were open on the eastern side, and it swept across, and it knocked the vase over. And I stood down there eating breakfast in the morning, we're looking at the commotion of everybody. And then I said, you know what? I could perhaps put this together and do something, you know. So I put it together and I wrote a little something about it. It's called The Crushed Vase. I heard the rolling tumble, a Valentine's vase of sprinkled wet flowers. The calculated aim of sweeping breeze, its water tentacles on vanished table, now drip spreading off the chair onto the ground. A precious vase, one day old, in pieces, little jewels, cat eyes in the morning sunlight, and the sitting heavy lady of the house, its new owner, disappointed she was, raised an immediate alarm. It's damn gone. Certainly, yes. Oh, and the impossible mess. Entrance obstructed. A cat, Miss Piggy, squatting unashamedly for months, stares anxiously and in fear and awe. Two red-coated bars in its 10th year. Lips, the ladies, cashing in an opportunity, for they were at rest all day. Lazy creatures. Took on no challenge except, Thomas, out! Another stray that made himself a householder, much to the revolting old factory of the bowling. The old man, useless for most of the day, for writing is not a marketable skill, it is said, collected mops, brooms, and a speckless white scoop, tidy, leaving others to their specialist area, challenging twisting turns of the beautiful bowl. A memorable day it was, the case of the broken vase. Thank you. I might get in the trouble. People in the house hear what I wrote, but I wrote it anyway. That's it.
Okay, we're moving on.
Okay. All right. I think it's my turn now.
Yes, yes, it is, Brother
Thank
Ken.
you. All right. I have a piece here called What Have I Done? I hope it will be self-explanatory. What have I done? Do you know me? Have I done something wrong to you? Have I taken off your shoe? Have I stepped on your toe that you hate me so? Do you know me? Or do you only see the skin I'm in? Do you know me or only see the hair that I wear? Why am I so despicable, so despised in your eyes? Have I kidnapped or raped your wife? I haven't even done anything close to what you continue to do to my life. Have I stolen your possessions? Have I taken your goods for free? Have I cut down your family tree? Did I bring you? Aren't you the one who dragged me here in my presence? Is my presence causing you fear? Did I create myself? Did you create yourself? Did you have a choice? Did we have a voice? You did not create you. I did not create me. Nor did we have a say who we should be. If that's your way, I suppose you'll continue to hate me without knowing me, without cause, without doubt, without me opening my mouth, without reason, even though you want from me my money, my labor, my respect, and you just expect me to grind and burn, and I should not get any substance in return. To you, I'm non-existent, something to walk over, to place your foot on, just a speck, I suspect. I suppose you'll continue trying to subdue me with your knee on my arms, on my head, on my neck, until your knee hurts and I'm planted like someone without wood, dead in the dirt. Thank you.
Okay. Kasi, go ahead, right?
Yes, go
Kasi?
ahead. Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. And this one is called Lines of a West Indian. You're writing poetry, we're using the English language. We have the vernacular at our disposal as well. And you're reading all these poets. You don't want a song like them. You want West Indian flavor in your poetry, just like it with cooking and things. So let's see what this poem says. Lines of a West Indian. Let these lines taste like the brine at Maracas. Carry the whiff and spray of the surf deep within the marrow of your bones. Slither like a mackerel, like a mapipi through your bloodstream. Gyrate with the frenzy of a masquerader in a last lap lanyap against your proffered rump. Linger like the tongue of a half-ripe kaimit with milk drops smeared at the edges of your mouth. Mount in your imagination like a raging mad bull, snorting blood in the face of a stiff trade wind. Race through your naked being like the ice-cold waters of Valencia River. Crackle like the fires of burning cane in the eternal darkness of your psyche. Thanks. That's what I try to do with the poems. As to how successful I am, well, that's what the critics to say. Thank you.
So far, so good, Christian. Well done. La Palabra. So in this upcoming rounds here, if we could just go direct into your poem, don't explain, don't do nothing. Just read, and next man read, and so we're going right down to the end.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Word, La Palabra. The word continues to create beginnings out of nothing. It inspires us to indulge in self-mastery by extracting lines from imaginary boundaries to reassemble space. La Palabra blends colors, heaven with earth, extols work and worth, groups scattered tongues, splashes gods and goddesses on blue devils in unpainted tongues through narrow street parades. La Palabra tunes our inner discord, loosens knotted strings, fashions keys that open ears to Santiago air. La Palabra, its heart adorned with culture, strums Caribbean sea, waves across airways, notes our poverty. It's already Martinique. La Palabra transports us to expect friendships on trucks and Oldsmobiles, on motorbikes and carts to where we come from. El Encargado escorts us to where La Palabra lives, in monuments steel and stone, buses us to Encuentro de Poetas on the lawn of Casa Grande, walks us to Heredia's museum, house, plaza, near celebrated art, books and carved scented wood, loses us among the sandwich lines, shoves us into what a peso can do, finds us in you. La Palabra dances barefooted on rocks where drums invite virgins to die over, young men to mine copper and gold. It soars above and beyond the blue-green lake that never grows old. It rewinds memory of slaves gone bold, reminds us of how we used to use word, La Palabra. La Palabra wakes, takes, lifts swiftly up to where misses, kisses, lips, unfrocks, unlocks, hips, strips, slips without a word. La Palabra wills to make one whole. It challenges, life responds to risk, makes the most of manifesting attentiveness in a new man and of reinvesting awareness in an age-old habit of seeing behind each word meaning. La Palabra forms flesh. La Palabra involves you when it's your turn to speak. For what you do say might be perfecto, excelente, could be muy importante. So sacrificial, serene, sincere, La Palabra becomes one and dwells amongst us. La Palabra reconstructs new beginnings. Kiran.
Kiran, go right ahead.
Nice. This is Midnight Robber. I am the Midnight Robber, and I come all the way from Wuhan. Now I'm here to wreak havoc across this wretched land. All it was free from me because all it feels God is a Trini, but I have no respect or fear for anybody. Tormenting the souls of China and US just was not enough. I come to Trinidad and Tobago to make things rough. I mash up Carnival, first thing on my agenda. Carnival Monday, all streets barren, no flair or splendor. No exuberance, no joy, I bring doom and gloom. The only way to see your loved ones is through the screen on Zoom. Next on my agenda, international travel ban. You can't catch flights, only feelings, that's my master plan. I don't care about your illustrious and grand wedding celebration. Every event is cancelled, even your insignificant remuneration. I am the Wednesday in the middle of your 2 or 3 that started. No more crowds, no more congregations, nothing can be louder. Take that, and all the like Bible thing. Let me see if his praises you still sing. A citizen is criminal, everybody on lockdown. My curfew and dominion will bring your knees to the ground. Now there's the great vaccine debate, but no matter which side you choose, I will still decimate. I am the Midnight Robber, and I come to rob you of your peace. Keep listening and looking out to hear my latest release. Inflicting fear on your hearts and minds, I will continue my reign. Check the news tonight at 7 to learn my newest stream. Thank you.
Good. Fish.
Okay, so it's this poem is called Trees. I know of trees, orange, cashew, mango, guava, and the kitchen greens around. But I'm searching for a believable reason why this old man in love with trees. Argued by some all through his life, happily worked on a coffee estate. In his parents' yard, branched trees, breadfruit, avocado, châtaigne, plum. Now on his own and in silence, a forest of trees in his own yard, 15 flowering and fruity canopy, dripping droplets all day, alive, whirring winds, whistling, crashing, and the early birds adding musical notes, twittering, chirping, shrieking, tweeting, but the old man tended to them alone. Same old man who admired my mastery over words, negative and positive. I know not why then. But trees have been commonplace in the birth of the earth, coloring the dull brown around, providing shelter from an attacking sun, shielding the hair from the spearing rain. Even as we indulge in Christmas dishes, from the leafy to the winged, we think of trees, of nature's donation, begging multiplication. For without trees, the earth's a fiery desert, lavishly painted with death brown around. Thank you. That's it.
Very nice. This life I have is not mine. I am living on borrowed time. It is lent to me to see what I would be. This life I have is not my own. It never belongs to me. It has always been alone, graciously given from Yahweh's throne. We were never told, of course, we never know how long we would live or until when, even though we have been promised 70. Many times we take life for granted. We do with it as we please. Many a times we mistreat it. We take life for a breeze. And life is so unpredictable, with many uncertainties too. We do not know what lies ahead, of things that will make us happy, of plans of what we could do. And even as I write of the uncertainties of life, it can sometimes be as smooth as butter or as cutting as the blade of a knife. But there should be more to life than just to eat, to drink. How was your day today? Find time to stop and think. Am I ready for tomorrow if daylight does not come? If for me there is not another day, am I prepared for that long sleep if my life should just be taken away? How would I look in Yahweh's eyes if life should depart, if I should just oops and die? Some people call life a gift. Call it what you may, but a loan you must repay, while a gift you get to keep. Not to be taken from you while you're awake or asleep. But life is so precious. It fills our hearts with joy. It gives us so much pleasure, whether we be an adult, girl, or a boy. So don't waste or kill time too, because each moment that you waste or kill from your life is only subtracted from you. And oh yes, we came from no existence to be conscious of so many things. We can never change the past. We can never predict what the future brings. No one is assured of this life we borrow. The loan is always for each day, never sure of tomorrow. Now, from the present, we should not run, whether it's dark or in the blazing sun, because when life is done, it's over, it's done. Thank you.
Okay. Very, philosophical piece here. A gravel yard edged with almond trees. A gravel yard edged with almond trees. We should all know this setting. For me, there was neither heaven nor hell, no force to tear asunder this soul. Yet in the world of the shod, I was lost. Didn't think I deserved the place I had. I so needed to find my true level. The disappearing was the adjusting. For too long, I cheated fate at his game, nurtured ambitions, dared to aspire, even raise a family. Denuded now, I stand ready to walk barefooted to the line I trod as a schoolboy in a gravel yard edged with almond trees. Back to the time I discovered myself, the 6 or 7 years in the Garden of Eden, exiled in the wilderness. I passed for the sweet taste of nostalgia each time I went that way. Images moved glacier-like in my mind, my beginnings, overgrown with weeds, walled in, still vacant, as if awaiting my return with hands to clear the yard of all the leaves of time. Voices of 2 children and a lady, like embers in the coal pot, glow and die with the passing of a draft of cold air, and a tree rises right in the middle, fitted in the fork of 2 limbs. A boy dips in a salted palm, a pomerac. For too long, I tried the life of the shod, hammed too long the role of the charlatan. Bare-breasted she lay, waiting for the climb. The barebacked striplings shouldered the bier. Bury me barefooted, my will declared. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, it's after 1, so Flavius, tell me, what is the score?
Well, you have some new people that hasn't spoken yet. Are they going to be reading?
Well, I could invite them if we have the time. Invite any one of them who may have a poem.
Yeah,
So
we.
what time we'll go here
What
to? Because
what
after
time?
1,
I mean, what we can. Let me tell you what we can do now. We have 3 new
Sure.
people, and
Yeah.
we have enough time for them, those 3, to do 2 poems each, and that's it.
All right. Well, what I would suggest, rather than 2 each, I'll say 1 each. Let's say 1 each and take it from there. Errol,
Okay.
do you want to read, Errol? Go right ahead. Leslie, and if you want to read, you can go after.
I'm not seeing
I'm not
Leslie.
aware who else is there.
See Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah,
Yes, Alicia. Right. So, Errol, Leslie, and Alicia. Anyone else there?
Yeah, there's one more person.
Well, if that one more person, there's 1 poem each. Let's go, Errol.
No, I don't have a piece. Maybe next time.
Right.
Okay.
Leslie. Leslie.
I don't think she's there now.
I don't know if Leslie Ann is still with us or not.
Yeah, Alicia.
Alicia. Alicia is a writer, poetess. She's about to appear in an anthology in a short while.
Alicia, could you unmute, please?
Alicia. All right, let me see if I could check who else is there. If not, we just go the rounds again.
Okay, just go around one more time and we can close at that.
All right, so Kiran, you go ahead.
But Kasi, you were supposed to be next.
No, no, I
After
give
me.
it to you all. I give it to you all day. Kiran, go ahead.
Kiran, go ahead.
All right, nice. So this one is called One Trick Pony. There once was a resplendent pony. He put on quite a show. Of his self-proclaimed talent, sought for others to know. He boasted to all the other ponies, and even the peacocks too. He gloated and gleamed about his gold-plated shoe. One day his owner sold him for a pony more well-rounded, making our little pony utterly dumbfounded. For little did he realize that the sole trick he did, even though he did it well, was the only trick he knew, and everyone could tell. Then he learned the lesson to expand his repertoire. Failure to do this may have resulted in the abattoir. Thankfully, he found a new owner, a more patient guy named Tony, and that's when he forever became known as the Two-Trick Pony. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice.
Fish.
Okay. Yeah, my one is called The Scent of the Marigold. As a dull domestic, I drive past hedges green, common flock in the wild. My eyes I remove from them, but seeing you, oh gold and glowing in the freshness, fullness of beauty, peeping deep yellow, sunshiny bright, from in between feared thorns, my heart lifted as never before this dark day. Your sparkling banished my sinking moments. A fresh, perfumed newness you implanted in me. My heart you glowed in warmth, lifted to the sailing white fluffy clouds. I walked happily as never before this journey. In days of another escape, I walk past once more, but you are gone. I know not where, hidden by thorns. I long to see your dew-wet beauty once again. Though your scent deep and unforgettable lingers, lighting up my soul, freeing my spirit. Are you Tagore's Shuli, Wordsworth daffodils, or simply my beautiful Caribbean sunshine? But I must breathe deeply, recall, lest I exhale you, your shape, sweet scent. I keep softly wrapped to forever lighten my dreary days. Oh, oh, I must run. I have dishes to wash. Wait, wait, I'll come back soon. My Caribbean sunshine. Thank you. That's it.
Brother Ken.
Yep. Let Krishna go. I just lost my poem there. If Krishna could go, I'll come back after him.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, I'll do it. This is a brief one. It is the greenery I will miss. It is the greenery I will miss. The glossy green foliage, the open spaces in between, the air through them that I inhale, to catch a full moon in full flight, to watch the sun in the sea's edge dip, the call of birds at the crack of dawn. These things I will sorely miss. You ask if I will miss you too, the song of human voice I hear, the world mankind for me has formed, the faces that I hold so dear. In truth, for response, I slip. I wish to you I could say yes. This much I know I will say though, it is the greenery I will miss. Thank you. Ken.
Well done, well done. I like this one. You like that, yeah? Who's next?
Ken, if Ken is
Ken.
ready.
Yeah, I'm ready now. I just want to break the monotony of the type of poems I was reading before. This is very short and to the point. It's called Sometimes. Sometimes I awake drunk from the consumption of sharing my place, my space, my bed. As you open up your soul and we focus on the goal that merges my soul with your soul. This feeling of wonderment, intoxicating and sweet, renews and re-energizes me, even though I am inebriated from your passionate, evocative love that lasts, lingers on all life long. When we are one, not two, but free. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we among the others, tab 10, right, okay. Among the others, I don't think there's anyone else wishing to read. Leslie Ann, do you want to read? Is there anything you would like to say? Representing Faizabad. Leslie Ann. Okay, maybe not.
Alicia is here now too.
Alicia is shy about reading her own pieces, she says.
Okay.
But it's good to have her here anyway, so that
Yes.
she will get the confidence about doing it for some time to come in the future.
And somebody just came in.
I don't know who that would be.
With a Lenovo tab.
Oh, no. Well, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
If there's no name, that's okay. Probably the person joined late, didn't get the correct time.
They just joined, yeah.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Well, I just want to say that I am very pleased with how we exercise our responsibilities today as poets and writers and readers. And I think that what we share here is very good for the wider world, the immediate audience, of course. It would be nice to hear from them. Eventually, when we send out the videos, people will have the opportunity to give feedback and so on. And again, to thank the host, Flavia, and by extension his brother Courtney, for having us on this. And I hope that we represented Trinidad, because Courtney and Flavius are Jamaicans. I hope we represented Trinidad very well today, again. And that you will ask for more Trinidad and Tobago poets in the future.
Yes, we are very, very happy that you were here, and I enjoyed it immensely. So we gotta just keep it going, and we'll always want the Trinidad and poets, and you can, we can accommodate more people. So get as many as you can. Next time we will.
You lead us to full. You belong far away away. Ajuguala leva buseru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight.